All right, time for Marlene the Plant Lady. Hi, Marlene.
Taking down notes.
Yeah, she does not shop at Tractor Supply.
Have you seen a picture of her?
Oh yeah, I like her music. It's fun.
Nice, nice. Good taste. All right, here we go. How can I transplant this bear's lime?
Okay, first of all, don't do it now. It's too hot. That's going to stress out a plant more than anything. Wait for temperatures to cool down, but you also, with citrus, don't want to plant it too close to the frost. So I would say end of September, October, you're good to transplant it. And if you're putting it in a bigger pot, half wine barrel is always a good size. If you're putting it in the ground, just make sure it's in a good draining area, because usually standing water, poor drainage is what hurts citrus a lot. You know, you can have succulents with the citrus. That's fine. It's hard to tell if you have any rootstock coming up, but when it's time to transplant it, remember, any growth coming from the base or below the graft line is rootstock, and you need to cut that off. And you can do that anytime.
Wait, what is it?
Root stock.
Here we go.
I've got no roots on my home.
Anyways, fertilize towards the end of the season with the citrus fertilizer. It looks good. It's not too nitrogen.
You're on beat and you don't even hear it.
I'm on mute.
I love it.
Oh, I'm on beat.
No, I said
I said I'm on mute. I'm like, don't mute.
You're on it.
There we go. Perfect. Yay. All right. Next one here is like, thank you, Amina. What is this? Why is the squash along the edge here wilting?
Yeah, you mentioned me earlier, if you're listening, that a lot of times in the afternoon, squash will their leaves will droop. That's not this. Something happened. I don't think this is a disease. What I'm guessing is if you follow that whole entire branch, that branch either broke off. This is what happens when gophers get my plants, is you have this instant wilting. That's not coming back. I don't think it's a disease. It's not lack of water. Either that long branch broke off somehow, or gophers or something bit into it. So do a little bit of investigation to see.
Oh, gophers.
We'll save them.
Okay, here we go. And how can I prune these boxwoods back? How far can they go?
Yeah, you always want to be careful pruning any shrubs that you prune sort of into the wood, because there's always a chance it won't come back and it'll stress it out. First of all, don't do it now. Do it in spring. And what I always recommend is when you're trying to prune a hedge back and you don't know how it will respond, is do a section, and then a few weeks you'll know if it's going to green up versus doing the whole entire thing. Because it looks like you're going to have to prune into wood versus green, and that's always a risk. General rule is just to do small increments at a time. So for like next spring, you may want to cut maybe a quarter of it. So if you're going half, and then the following year, do a little bit more. But I would do a test section in spring to see how it responds. At the Winchester Mystery House where I worked, there are boxwoods everywhere.
Yeah.
And my boss, Delmar, hello, he got a shopping cart, and we put the trimmer and so we would just have to push the trimmer.
Oh,
but then when we did the sides, we'd have to hold the sides.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow,
but
that's I love that hack.
Yes, so we pruned it a little bit, like twice a year. It was just to keep it shorter.
You know we have a patio in the back, right? Can we put you to work?
No.
And these are the boxwoods. They form shapes by Small World at Disneyland.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you, Marlene. Marlene the Plant Lady on Facebook and Instagram.